And you know what that means. This is the Sleeper Sports Media Podcast, episode 190, live on a Friday morning. This is Nick Wietosh for No Dirt Sheets and Sleeper Sports Media. And this is my first time ever trying live right away on Rumble in the morning, live while I'm driving to work once again. So in other episodes on YouTube, I've said I sometimes drive about an hour to work. So what better way to kill the drive than to get on here and chat about with who knows who. So this is going to be as close to an hour as I can get. I don't have anything planned, nothing for SmackDown tonight, but just going off of the as of late. We'll just get right on into it. But first, of course, follow on Rumble. Like the post on Rumble, and we're also live on YouTube as well, which is pretty cool. I don't know how that's going to look, but we're trying it out. So Rumble already has been doing really good numbers for me, and yeah, we'll give it a shot and see how it goes. And yeah, these might come back and might be on Rumble. If I can go to both Rumble and YouTube right from Rumble and not need to pay for a StreamYard, which is a great tool if you are wanting to get into streaming and whatnot. StreamYard's a great tool, but we are growing and growing quick. So we had quite the week of wrestling, and I'm so excited for the Chamber next weekend. Now, I say that convincing myself that it's going to be good and that there's something to be excited about because we still have 2 spots left to fill in the Chamber, and we have tonight and then Monday. I guess also then Friday as well. So those are the spots should then be filled, and we should have our 2026 Elimination Chamber field. Javon Evans qualifying on Monday Night Raw this week, and then we will see who qualifies tonight. I think the men's chamber qualifying match is Priest, Carmelo Hayes, and Trick Williams. The women's, I forget, they did announce it. They showed it, but I can't remember who it was. So we will have to find out tonight or whenever they post it on the official WWE website, which I did look this morning before I left. They didn't have anything up, so it's nearly impossible to find out exactly who is going to be in the qualifying matches until they post it. So we will keep up. We will get updates out as soon as they are made. But we are, of course, on the road to WrestleMania. We have more PLEs that were announced, and some that are reportedly yet to be announced. It's being reported by Body Slam that we will have Night of Champions once again this year. It's slated for June 27th in Saudi Arabia. That has not been announced yet officially, but that is likely to be announced in the coming months. We know we're getting Clash in Italy in May, at the end of May, and also Backlash in May. So we're getting 2 pay-per-views in May for WWE, and then if they do any NXT shows, that'll be in the mix as well. AEW, on the other hand, they have Revolution coming up next month, and then, of course, Double or Nothing also in May, towards the end of May. And we will, bring more and more coverage as we get closer to the upcoming months and upcoming events and everything. WWE will be going over to Europe for the Summer European Tour, which is part of Clash in Italy and everything surrounding that. So SmackDown should be fairly good tonight. Men's and women's Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. I can't think of off the top of my head of any other matches that were made last week that are coming up for this week. And I don't know if I can swipe out of the stream and still be going. I think I can. That's kind of cool. So we will give that a shot. Let me see if I can go over to the tickets page and see who is scheduled to be there tonight. First, I don't even know where SmackDown is. Taking a second to load here, but at this time, while it's loading here, we can give our first shout out to No Dirt Sheets for VPN, which is how you can watch SmackDown tonight on Netflix. If you have the VPN and you have Netflix, you can just change the location and watch it on Netflix. Same with the everything as well as NXT. I apparently don't have just we'll table that, but it is in Fort Lauderdale. It's hilarious that Verizon love to charge so much, but the service is so shitty. Um, and yeah, it just oh man. TNA last night, I did not get to watch it. The wife and I were watching Designated Survivor, and it's a great show. If you have not watched it, fantastic. I love that show. So advertise for tonight on SmackDown: Cody Rhodes, Tiffany Stratton, Randy Orton, Jade Cargill, and LA Knight. They are going live at on SmackDown for tonight at the Amarant Bank Arena in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's the first time they've been in like Fort Lauderdale area. Normally they're in Orlando or they don't really go to Miami for TV anymore. That's kind of an American Airlines Arena or Center, whichever one or whatever it's called now. I think it's Kiesha Center, or whatever. Um, uh, but that's very interesting that they're going to Fort Lauderdale tonight. Again, nothing yet posted for SmackDown, but I will be getting updates as soon as I see them. As soon as I get the notifications, I get a post out as soon as I can. So we'll get those out when we have them, and then Collision tomorrow. There were a couple matches announced for Collision. I did get them. We do have Claudio Castagnoli for against Josh Alexander. That they've been doing this one for months and months and months. This is a CMLL World Heavyweight Championship. We also have Thunder Rosa and Julia Hart going one on one, and then we have AW Trios Championship, the Demand versus Jet Speed Rodeo, or Jet Set Rodeo. Sorry. And of course, MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. We find out what the stipulation will be on Dynamite this coming Wednesday, and that will be that. We're gonna go over to No Dirt Sheets because I did see that they were putting out. London was, of course, putting out the results for throughout this week. Let me see here. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So we got the Raw recap from. Oh, that was from last month. Dang it. All right. Cool. Never mind. Yeah. We'll keep it going though. No worries. Can try to find the SmackDown preview for tonight if anyone else got it. Preview. Sports Illustrated has a preview. Qualifying matches. Nope, that was last week. This is crazy. WWE they need to pick it up with how they're how they are. Obafemi versus Kit Wilson is apparently scheduled for tonight. Let's see. Javon Evans qualified. All right, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, Charlotte Flair, Nia Jackson, Kiana James, and then Obafemi versus Kit Wilson. Those are, of course, the matches previewed. What we know so far, what was announced last Friday on SmackDown. And once again, SmackDown is on Sci-Fi this week because of the Olympics. But of course, you can watch it on Netflix with the Surfshark VPN and all other WWE programming as well can be watched there on Netflix with the Surfshark VPN. So shout out again to our friends over at No Dirt Sheets for that wonderful link. Yeah, Elimination Chamber coming up does not feel as big of a deal like they think it does, which sucks. Only 4 matches, which again, I'm tired of the 4 matches. Give us give us 5 or 6 at least, or give us two pre-show matches, 2 or 3 pre-show matches, and then the main card of 4 matches. That's fine, but straight up 4 matches, that's ridiculous. They do not need to have a whole PLE named after an event that you're really only getting 2 matches for, like, from that name of the event. So just, what do we do? It's same with Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank definitely does not need to be its own thing. They should do those the ladder matches at WrestleMania, like they did back in the day. These standalone PLEs, they don't need. They're not needed. We got one watching on Rumble and one watching on YouTube. I don't know if, okay. There's the chat. Donations are also up. All right, never mind. We got one watching. And it's kind of tough to manage the chat. So if you can just leave a comment, then I will reach out in the comments. But like I said, I am driving right now. I don't even know if the audio is actually picking up. It's going over my car, but I'm trying to hold my phone close enough to where it will pick up, not have feedback from driving. So yeah, this is tough to do, but we're doing it. We're getting done. So far, Rumble has been pretty good. The last episode here got 25 views, and we're making a little bit of money from the lives, I believe. So we will, if anything, we'll start picking those back up. Maybe bring Saturdays back. Do like a weekend wrap. That way, I can also sit down and put an article out on No Dirt Sheets, because we're moving in the direction of 2 brands, 1 person. Tried different things and keep doing it, and it just doesn't work out every single time. So we're gonna stick to what works, and what works is being partnered with No Dirt Sheets, and the live streams are what works. So we're gonna keep doing those. Nothing wrong with any one of the groups that I've been testing out and seeing, but we're going to keep doing it this way, the radio style, recording or going live in the morning if I can, or in the afternoon. And if it's in the afternoon on my lunch break, I could be on camera. I just have to get the right angle. I need to get one of the phone holders for my car, but that is hard to find when my car is the way that it is, and not very not very not very giving with the whole, like, spots for a phone mount, which is fine, I guess, but we'll definitely see. So the Collision is coming up tomorrow, and then of course Diet just keeps on rolling with wrestling. Other sports news: the Sunday Night Baseball is being dropped for Sunday's women's sports. I think it is a whole block on ESPN for women's sports, which is fantastic. It shouldn't just be on Sundays. It should be every day, where they just give highlights for the WNBA, or I think it was the NWSL, which is the National Women's Softball League, I'm pretty sure. Which I thought I know that's the brand new one that they're doing. And then, of course, you have Athletes Unlimited. Then WNBA will be featured heavily as the two biggest women's sports leagues, sports promotions for those for women's sports. But women's hockey taking the gold, USA women's hockey taking the gold medal home in the Olympics. I had to take a quick pause to get a crack open the Prime Energy. Shout out Prime Cherry Limeade Energy. You can get that at the Walmart storefront and help support the channel both here at Rumble and over on YouTube. Same way that the Surfshark VPN link helps No Dirt Sheets. That Walmart storefront link, buying anything you can on that does help us here at Sleeper Sports Media. Yeah, the WNBA coming back into swing. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. It's the best time of year when all the other sports are going into the playoffs, NHL playoffs, the NBA playoffs, which aren't the same. They are not the same they were 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago when I was actually watching. Back when LeBron was going crazy. Now he's just an old man trying to hold on to his glory days. It's just crazy. But hockey, there's nothing like playoff hockey in the NHL. And the Penguins, I'm hoping the Pens can make a run for everyone's sake, for Sidney Crosby, Malkin, and Tanger. They're looking like the 2016 Penguins, and we know what happened. We know what happened with that. So I'm getting super excited for them, for that team. It would be really cool to see them make a run and bring another cup back to Pittsburgh. Same with the Pirates. The Pirates are looking like they're actually coming to play this year, with their roster being over $1 million in payroll for the first time in I don't even know how long. But I saw a quote the other day that for the first time, and this is the most excited Pirates fans should be for the first time in like 4 to 5 years, and it's going on. It's going on 13 at this point, because I think the last time they were in the playoffs was 2013. Russell Martin hitting that home run against the Reds in the wild card game. The PNC Park was blacked out, and it was just a great sight to see. So bringing prestige back to Pittsburgh sports, and then as the Steelers get ready to start their season with the upcoming draft in Pittsburgh, with a new head coach. The story is writing itself. We just need to figure out the quarterback situation. Aaron Rodgers, if he comes back, I won't be mad. I think if he comes back, I will not be mad. But they have to be very decisive on who the backup quarterback would be. Either Will Howard or Mason Rudolph. I know they have 2 more years with Mason Rudolph. And after the comments that he also made against Big Ben, by backing Joey Porter, I wouldn't be mad if they moved on from him yet again. And then you just went with Will Howard as the number 2, and he truly learned from Aaron Rodgers, and basically at Rodgers' discretion, he hands over the keys to the kingdom to the young Will Howard. That would be how I would do that. And shout out to Big Ben for taking the moral high road and just not even responding to Porter's comments, but just acknowledging that he was what he was, and he's worked on that, and he's changed as a person, and he can't control what Joey Porter is going to say. But also, Joey Porter didn't play with Ben all that much, so apparently that's what I've been reading and seeing. So it is what it is. They got to get clicks. I don't like that Cam Hayward didn't stand up for Ben and didn't defend him. I didn't watch the full episode, so I don't know if he did or didn't. But from the clip, I didn't see him immediately jump in. So come on, Cam, you can do better than that. But the Steelers are in a new era, as Triple H would say, and it is a very exciting time, very exciting era to see what we can finally do with the Steelers. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm just excited for it. Also, out entertainment news, video game news, which I don't cover a lot here on the channel, but Pokemon, the 30th anniversary of Pokemon is coming up next week. I can't remember if it's the 25th or if it is the 27th or the 28th or whatever. But they are releasing Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red, the original games, for the Switch console, which is awesome. I have not had a Switch in such a long time, and I want to get one, and I would love to be able to get one, and then maybe figure out how I can stream that. I don't know how I would do it, but I would love to show my my wonderful, amazing stepdaughter, whenever she watches this back, shout out to her, and my beautiful wife. I'm hoping that they will maybe make that happen for my birthday. But but eventually I'll get a Switch too and get the Pokemon game. We'll make something happen. Mariah is also starting her own channel, so shout out to that channel. Mariah's World. She's going to tell stories and just babble because she loves to do it, loves to talk, loves to tell stories. So she's going to do that, and then of course stream Minecraft on her channel and on mine. So be on the lookout for more Mariah's Minecraft streams. So that was it's exciting times for Pokemon 30th anniversary, like I said, and Logan Paul just sold the Pikachu Illustrator for $16.5 million, which is making me want to get back into card collecting. But also, there's other ways to get cards. You can do it digitally and then have the cards sent to you, or just sell them on there. I want to do a little bit of both, open some cards and also sell some. But I know it's an investment hobby, much like any other hobby is. If you want to be serious with it or have the most fun with it, golf is an investment hobby. Streaming, which I'm trying to make a career out of, is nothing more right now than just an investment hobby, investing my time, not really my money into it. Other than just using Canva or Rumble Premium. So shout out to Rumble Premium. I'm hoping something happens and something shakes with the way that we've been seeing on Rumble since posting for the last like week or so, I would say. And maybe bringing back the live streams when I can. We got 3 people watching, 2 on YouTube, 1 on Rumble. So what's up? I don't know if I can see the chat when it's on. Um, okay, let's see. That I don't. Yeah, so no live chat yet, and they just checked out. So thank you for jumping in and if jumping out if that's what you're doing. Come, coming back. I do have the chat showing, but I don't know if I will see if I'll see the. Let's see, YouTube. Yep, nothing there. Still figuring this out from streaming directly from Rumble on my phone, and yeah, we'll just play it out how it plays out, and whatever views wise this gets is cool. We'll just keep on doing it and trying to grow this thing and doing it the right way. Unlike some other people that I know that are paying for subs, and they can deny it all they want, but their numbers just don't add up. Um, and then you got other people that are doing this solely because they refuse to work, and they want to do this as a job but not be compensated for it. So I guess whenever you have everything handed to you, you don't really need to worry about that. So and those people, of course, know who they are. Um, Whatever. If you wouldn't be such terrible people, you wouldn't have the truth spoken about you in this way. So, and I know they can probably say they'll probably say whatever they want to say, if they, because I know that they're lurking, I know that they're watching. Um, I know it, I know it, and they can do whatever they want to do. It's no hard feelings. That's just the truth in the matter, and it's on them that things worked out the way that they did, and that's straight up the truth. And they want to play dumb. They want to play stupid games. They can win stupid prizes and play the game of FAFO, as Paul Heyman and Adam Pierce would say. So we're at that 25-minute mark. Again, I wish there was more for SmackDown tonight, or other news in general. Not sure when we're going to see Royce Keys on TV. I know he made his debut at the Rumble. I don't think that the whole his name thing is actually causing an issue with getting him on TV. I don't know if he's going to NXT and the Performance Center or if he's going to go right to TV. It's going to be very interesting to see. what they do with him, because I mean, how is he not in a qualifying match? Let him, give him the shot and send him right into the chamber. And unless they're saving him for now, I'm tired of multi man matches for WWE, but a fatal 4-way between Oba, Powerhouse Hobbs, Gunther, and Brock Lesnar would be absolutely fire. 4 big meaty men slapping meat on the grandest stage of them all in the middle of the card. I mean, what better way? And have Obafemi win, and I would say have Obafemi pin Brock Lesnar. That would be a pass torching moment like no other. And then you could have Brock Lesnar's swan song at SummerSlam in Minneapolis, as it should be, which is going to be a sad day. Brock Lesnar is the beast, and he's been awesome. He's been a fan favorite for many years, and he's one of my favorites since I started watching back in 2019. Outside of whenever he came in at Extreme Rules in 2019 and cashed in on Rollins, he never should have had Money in the Bank, but Rollins did end up getting the title back, so that was what it was. But Obafemi, Powerhouse, or Royce Keys, Gunther, and Brock Lesnar, either a fatal 4-way or some way, shape, and form of those matchups. All 4 of those guys would be going up against one or the other. Would be absolutely fire, and that would be one way to save this WrestleMania card that we're about 50 something days away. And again, we still have one match made for WrestleMania, being that we're so close to it. And I mean, we do have one more PLE, no PLE in March, so time to build. But I mean, yeah, after next weekend, we will have another match made, because we're going to know that the winner. Well, no, because we don't know, because man, they knew what it was whenever they gave us Roman coming out and picking Punk right away, and they're making us wait until March. Also, with the chamber, to find out who wins the women's chamber to challenge the other champion that Liv doesn't choose. So, what happens if the elimination chamber champion? What if they pick first, or what if it's a dead giveaway that they would pick? They would have to pick Jade, and then Liv Morgan is left with picking Stephanie, and she could have just said that from the very beginning. She's been doing these face-to-faces with Stephanie on Raw. She's on Raw, and I think that the brand split needs to be a thing. And you could say that they pick and choose when they use it, but they explain why someone from Raw is over on SmackDown or vice versa. And they do a pretty good job of doing that, but they've gotten away with the draft, and they've gotten into this whole you're getting called up from NXT, but you're going between the shows and you're just listed as a free agent. But there's never really any preface of saying like, oh, my contract for NXT is coming up and I'll just go to the main roster. There's nothing like that. It's just that Obafemi decides to vacate the NXT title, and that's how we find out that he's getting called up. Or Jordan Grace just shows up on SmackDown one week, and then the next week, and then the next week, and then they're being thrown a contract to sign to Raw or SmackDown. I would so much rather just do the draft. Do the draft right after the week after WrestleMania. Do the draft. Shake up the entire roster after the biggest show of the year, and have that reset. I know that they say it's 24 hours of an off season and then it restarts, but actually restart it and actually hit a reset button on the rosters, because they need it. They need it bad. There was a Fightful post the other day I saw where they listed out the entire roster for both the Raw and SmackDown brands, and I wish I could find that again. Fightful WWE roster. I wish I could find that. I think might have found that complete roster. and of course it's on a website where I'm going to get ads. That's the most stupid. That's the stupidest thing ever. That is the stupidest thing ever. That whenever you pull up a website like this, that it pops up with 75 ads and you can't find what you're looking for, or it's separated um, in between parts of the article that you're trying to read. So American, and I still call them American Made or American Alpha or whatever they were, but American Babes, Akira Tozawa, Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Brutus Creed, Chad Gable. That's hilarious that they say definitely not the original El Grande Americano. CM Punk, Cruz del Toro, Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, El Grande Americano, definitely not Ludwig Kaiser. Eric, Finn Balor, Grayson Waller, Gunther, Ivar, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Jaquin Wild, Julius Creed, Kofi Kingston, LA Knight, Logan Paul, Otis, Ludwig Kaiser, Penta, Pete Dunne, um, Rey Mysterio, Rusev, Seth freaking Rollins, Sheamus, Tyler Bate, and Xavier Woods. These are also listing and confirming. Tyler Bate is Bravo Americano, and Pete Dunne is Rayo Americano. So I don't know when they officially figured that out. It's wild that they're hiding it so well because they don't look like either one of those guys, which is awesome to see. Pete Dunne. I mean, Pete Dunne is great as Pete Dunne, but if they're doing this and continuing it, eventually we'll get them unmasked and we'll see if that's the case. But that was the entire men's division on the main roster. Apparently Xavier Woods, um, which is interesting. That's very interesting. So Braun Breaker, Seth freaking Rollins, Sheamus, and Xavier Woods are all injured, as per the list on Fightful. The women's division: Asuka, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Ivy Nile, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, Liv Morgan, Lyra Valkyria, Maxine Dupree, Naomi listed as inactive. We know why, of course. Natalia, Nikki Bella, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez is also injured. She made an announcement about that. Stephanie Vaquer and Zoe Stark, who's also injured with a torn knee, torn ACL. Roxanne had something in her lower back, I believe she said. That's why she will be has been out for a little bit here and will be out for the foreseeable future. The Raw Tag Team Division: Alpha Babes, Creed Brothers, Judgment Day, LWO, New Catch Republic, which is Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. So that's sure they'll be eventually actually be a tag team. But right now they're under Los Americanos. The New Day, the Usos, the Vision, and the War Raiders. Raw Women's Tag Division: Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, and Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. I'm going to jump to the SmackDown. SmackDown Tag Team Division for the women's side: Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, B-Fab, Michin, Io and Rhea are listed here as well because of the champions, and then the Secret Herpes. They should just have women's tag team matches. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair again is on there still. But they should just have women's tag team matches on both shows. The entire women's tag team division should go between both shows. They should be listed on both brands because they're in a tag team. I know they can't really do that because the tag teams, they change all the time. Some are added. So it's interesting also to note they have non-wrestlers: John Cena, Nick Aldis, and Triple H. So that's very, very interesting. Currently, right now, we have unassigned men: Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Obafemi, Royce Keys, Santos Escobar, and The Rock. John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and Obafemi are all listed as free agents, along with Santos Escobar, who returned at AAA a couple weeks ago. Omos is inactive in WWE, but did wrestle is currently with AAA. Royce Keys doesn't have any designation by his name, and then The Rock, it says member of the Bloodline, is designated to Hollywood. unassigned women, AJ Lee, Tamina is inactive, and Trish Stratus. Also, it was reported that Brie Bella is officially on the Raw roster. So the Bellas are included in that tag team division there. Broadcast team, of course, Alicia Taylor, Big E, Byron Saxton, Kathy Kelly, Corey Graves, Jackie Redmond, Joe Tessitore, Mark Shunock, Michael Cole, Pat McAfee listed as inactive, and Wade Barrett. There is something very interesting that I've been seeing a lot of. Ari Emanuel is apparently signed with Pat McAfee as his agent, and Pat McAfee will be making his acting debut TV wise or series wise in the upcoming season of Tulsa King, which is awesome. It's going to be great. He's going to have 4 episodes in the season, and apparently is going to be shooting to become the biggest star, the biggest celebrity in the world. He wants to be, and Emmanuel is apparently strapping that rocket to his back, which is going to be awesome. Awesome to see. No one deserves it more than Pat McAfee. I wish he would come back to WWE and join Cole on the commentary team, but I guess whenever Paramount Plus is probably throwing a lot of cheddar right at him and into his bank account, and I'm sure the Pat McAfee show will be doing something for that. But Pat McAfee being put into the world of acting is going to be a lot of fun to see. So that is that. Back to the roster. Just talk. I mean, it's they need to do a draft. They need to keep up with it. I love that Fightful did this and put this roster together for both Raw, SmackDown, the men's, the women's, the tag team division, the stables, the factions, everything. There's a lot of injuries. Let's say Johnny Gargano just says out. Oh no, it says of DIY. Yeah, they just John Cena is listed as non-wrestler for Raw as well. Same with Triple H and Adam Pearce, the Raw GM. Yeah, I wish, I really do. I really, really wish that they would do a draft for the WWE and have it serious and actually put some thought into it. And don't make it just Raw, then SmackDown, and then Raw, then SmackDown. Make it 4 nights. Just they could do 5 rounds like they do right now, but then do a post show and do not just releasing it on WWE social media or WWE digital like they do now. It would be a lot of fun to see that actually go down like that and actually have a draft and include NXT in that as well. Need that prime energy break. And we also saw the other day, or a couple weeks ago, if not a month ago now, when Obafemi vacated the NXT title, that before Ava stepped down as GM and left the WWE, she was telling the Evolve talent that was coming up to NXT that someone needs to step up and blah, 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 whatever. Have NXT do their own draft as well and call people up from the Performance Center or Evolve or whatever, even though the Evolve Women's Champion walks around on NXT every single week with Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray. Who is, by the way, is ready for the main roster. They both are. They're both phenomenal. They have charisma. They have everything. They are ready for the main roster, and it's not even a question. Not even a question. Not even a question that Ren QCC should be up on the main roster, along with Fatal or Toxic Influence or Fatal Attract, whatever they're going by these days. Those 2 tag teams are ready for the main roster. Ethan Page is ready for the main roster. there was somebody else, Joe Hendry. I know he just won the NXT championship, but he could be on the main roster. It's like how long for Trick Williams to get up onto the main roster. So I know that's a stretch for wanting. Let's see, yeah, it's let's see. Also, shout out to Survey Spin, another way to make a little bit of money here. I can do my referral link down below. Maybe my audience over here on Rumble, as I pick them up, will actually support and just simply click on the links and just sign up for these pages that I put out there. It's such an easy way to make a little bit of money throughout the year and have small savings. I mean, cash out after $5, and just if you do it every single day, a check in, that's 1 penny. And then, of course, if you watch a couple ads here and there, or do the bonuses or the check-ins, might have an extra $10. I made almost $100 last year, $100 in a year by doing Survey Spin and well, now Eureka as well, because it's the same thing. Which that one I'm close to a cash out, so I can't wait for that. But it goes right to your PayPal. These two are the best ones that do it. Yes, you have to watch ads, but you actually get the PayPal. Same with Pogo over Fetch. With Fetch, you scan the receipts and you have to get a gift card. With Pogo, you can scan receipts and it goes right to your PayPal account. There is no getting a gift card and then only being tied to that gift card. You can choose what you get, and it goes right to your PayPal. And there's another one too, but I can't think of what it's called, where you just play games and watch ads and you get paid for it. And yes, it is not very much. It's like it takes like 4 or 5 hours to get $5, but five. I mean, hey, $5 is $5 right now, especially today. But a lot of good ways to make some extra money, and I have referral links where I can get us both even more. And we do have referral bonuses and all that stuff. And then if you share, it just keeps going. So those are some really cool apps to have if you want some extra cheddar coming into the kitchen, if you catch what I'm saying. Back to the state of the WWE and the roster and how they designate it and the draft and everything like that. I really wish they would do a draft. And the NXT talent that is ready for the main roster, there's no question about it that they are ready for the main roster. It couldn't be more obvious that they're ready for the main roster. Royce Keys should go right to the main roster. Ethan Page should be called up. I know Chelsea Green is injured, but you could put Ethan Page up with the Secret Service, with Alba Fire right now, and then even put Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green on TV together. I think they would be hilarious together on TV. Now, obviously, she's injured, but put him with the Secret Service and him and Ethan Page as a tag team, and then when Chelsea comes back, it would just be hilarious. I mean, it writes itself. That is comedy gold. And all three of those people, that talent that I just listed, they're good at being comedic relief, but they're also good in the ring, and they can tear it up if needed to step in and be the United States champion, which Chelsea Green should still be the champion. She should definitely still be the champion. Never should have lost in the first place. We should still be on the first ever women's U.S. champion, but no, they like to flip flop that, give it to Julia, and then give it to Chelsea, and then Zelina, and then back to Chelsea, and then Julia, and whatever. It's ridiculous. Stop flip flopping the titles and actually build them up and let them defend the damn thing on on a PLE for crying out loud. But then again, it was like that with the tag titles as well. So I mean, are we really surprised? 6 years for the tag titles to gain some relevance and actually have good matches. Still not being defended on PLEs. So there's that. They're saved for the SmackDown before, or the Raw after, which is ridiculous. I can't stand that. They could easily put a women's tag title match on the PLE. Same with the Intercontinental Championship. Now, I mean, Becky's holding that title, so it's going to be defended because Becky is PLE worthy. Not that the rest of the mid card division for the women. I mean, Maxine Dupree, she was given the title for 2 weeks for what reason? I mean, yes, it pushed her up a little bit, but it's still just not there. It's just not there. And if AJ Lee goes and wins the Intercontinental Championship, I mean, that's just a nostalgic. That's just chasing that nostalgic feel that the title wasn't even a thing when she was last year. All that stuff. But even then, I don't know who would then go and beat her. I mean, it just doesn't make much sense. Same thing with the Bellas coming in as a tag team to want to get the tag titles. They should have a run with the tag titles, and they should go through the entire women's tag team division, and then something like Red and QCC coming up to the main roster and beating the Bellas for the tag titles. That would be absolutely fire. After the Bellas hold them for like 3 months or whatever, and they go through all the teams in the division. They go through all the tag teams in the women's division, and then they face Ren QCC. They go down to NXT and they face Fatal Influence or whatever, and we get the Bellas on NXT. I think that would be absolutely awesome. Or they should just ununify the titles, the NXT women's tag titles and the main roster tag titles, and have Ren QCC hold the women's tag titles in NXT. I mean, Ren QCC, Zaruka, which are two other women in NXT that could come up to the main roster and absolutely improve the women's division. They should go to Raw because the Raw women's division, it's on the lower mid side. SmackDown has the better women's division. I mean, they have Charlotte Flair, they have Alexa Bliss. Raw does have Bayley and Becky, but 2 of the 4 horsewomen, 3 that are left in the company, they don't do much. I think Zaruka being over on Raw, Ren QCC being on Raw, I think would be really, really good. And I think Netflix would take a liking to both Kendall Gray and Sol Ruka, along with Ren Sinclair and even Zarya. I mean, she's a beast. She has the look. She has Zarya, I think, could be suited better for the position they put Rhea Ripley in than anybody else. If they want to have a big, strong Australian in that front running of everyone's favorite, which for, again, whatever reason I don't understand. Rhea Ripley needs to reinvent herself. Bayley needs to switch it up. They had this thing where she was talking to herself and going crazy and doing this multi-personality gimmick. Go back to that and actually run with it. I mean, for crying out loud, they start and stop things like nobody else's business, man. I swear. All right, we're at about almost 50 minutes now, so we'll go for another 10 minutes. I'm hoping that Rumble actually shows the views like right when this is done. I'm 7 minutes away from work, so I'm gonna get there, and I'm going for an hour today here on the stream. And I know I've rambled about so much, movies and TV shows and wrestling and this, that, whatever else. So this has been a lot of fun to get back into the swing of things, and I can't wait to once again get back to doing lives. If that's every day on my lunch break from Rumble. The fact that I can go to live to both Rumble and YouTube while making money on Rumble for these is awesome. And I wish YouTube would take a play out of their book and change their creator program and not make it a certain requirement of numbers, but just consistency based. And if you're bringing people to the platform, you should be rewarded for that. That's what Rumble is doing. And I'm sure that they're getting more ads. And I know it's not going to be a lot because that would not be very good strategy to spend all of your money on the creator program if they're only bringing 2 or 3 people to the platform every time they go live or whatever. But it's really cool that already a week into posting on Rumble consistently, and I've made 7 whole cents with only 5 followers, by the way. So help me get that first 100. I'm hoping to hit 100 on here by our 5th anniversary of May 25th of this year will be 5 years of Sleeper Sports Media, which is kind of funny. I joined Rumble. It says 2022 when I joined, and I did not start actually posting until just this past week. So we're late to the party over here on Rumble, but that's okay. 3 people watching. Shout out to the 2 on YouTube and the 1 on here. No chat yet. I don't know if I'll see the chat later. I don't know, but we'll continue doing these live from Rumble, and just see what we can do for the brand of Sleeper Sports Media, along with No Dirt Sheets. Of course, the website will always be linked below for the articles, as well his London's YouTube channel, his Facebook, and everything in between. So we're gonna finish this one up, and I'm just gonna try to ramble for another 8 minutes and 50 something seconds. That we will be trying to do this. I'm 4 minutes away from work, so I'm walking in a little bit late, but we're gonna finish this up. So cannot wait to be back for tomorrow's episode. I don't know if it's going to be a pre-recorded episode, just a collision preview that I'll still set to go live, but it won't actually be live, or if I'll just end up going live maybe on my way to Pinehurst, since I am working tomorrow. So I got about a 45-minute drive, so I can get something out. I guess I could do a review of SmackDown and then also preview Collision as well. Just won't be with the graphics, but if the lives are going to work a little better on Rumble, then I think I have to do what works, which is again why you see just the logo for No Dirt Sheets, and for Rumble. I guess I can throw the YouTube logo up there as well, and the Facebook one, because we will still be posting to Facebook for the live previews and the live postings. Those will still go to Facebook as well as nodirtsheets.com. So we'll be doing those, and that's going to be the way that we go, which is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to continue to grow here on Rumble. This is my first actual stream through Rumble itself, while also simulcasting on YouTube, which is so cool. And the fact that I can still get paid and make a little bit of money from Rumble, with the more people that watch. So that is really, really cool. Same thing with their creator program, and the fact that they have different licensing, that if you post a video to both YouTube and Rumble from Rumble, the views on YouTube count for the views on Rumble, and you can get paid for those. So if you are new to the world of wanting to build your own brand, and just creating, I hate saying content creator because it sounds cringe to me. I'm a journalist, and I'm building my own brand, and that's what I'm doing versus versus uh, versus anything else. So to me, content creator, that sounds cringe. I'm doing a job and doing a service, and a writer, a journalist, a whatever you want to call it, but building my own brand. Um, and that's what I want to do professionally. Of course, I have a degree in it from the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting, and 5 years in. My numbers. I mean, they are what they are. I did it the wrong way. I posted a lot of shorts and got a lot of views and follows and subs from said shorts versus like actual real engagement and building a true audience that actually watches. But I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna do it the right way here on Rumble and see what happens. See where we can take this thing, which is going to be again a lot of fun, a lot of fun. So that's gonna do it for today's episode 190 of the Sleeper Sports Media Podcast. Again, we got about 5 minutes. I just pulled into work, and I'm gonna do my best to get that hour. Thankfully, my drive time does filter into the workday, so I can we're here, and we'll have that SmackDown preview out as soon as we can, probably around 2 o'clock when I go to lunch, and we will be able to get that done, and then watch SmackDown tonight and live post as well. Might make some shorts. I know Rumble Shorts is coming and it's in beta, but it's not showing on the app. That's one thing I wish they would do, would be to update their app. It's not great. It's not great. They have a separate studio app, and it pretty much does nothing. The analytics on Rumble are very hard to find and understand. And YouTube, they could take notes from YouTube on that with updating their analytics and their studio and everything like that. So again, we got about 3 minutes roughly until we hit the hour mark. If anyone is still watching, I know it says one person. It's been steady at one person at least on Rumble. I don't know if that's my account, whatever. But thank you to everyone who watched. If you jumped in and jumped right back out, thank you. If you stayed for 5 minutes, thank you. If you stayed for 3 minutes, thank you. And we will be back continuing the daily uploads and continuing to build the brand of Sleeper Sports Media, covering all wrestling, as you see here on the thumbnail, AEW, WWE, and TNA. No, I did not watch TNA last night, but still think it's a lot of fun to watch, and I'm very excited for it. So we got just about 2 minutes. I'm going to try and stretch this the best that I can, and get my work shoes on before I walk in here. And it is a gloomy, rainy day, so hopefully we have a nice, easy day at work. But this was a Friday morning episode of Sleeper Sports Media. We have a minute and 57 something seconds left. So again, shout out to our friends over at No Dirt Sheets. Shout out to Surfshark VPN to watch Raw, SmackDown, and NXT all on Netflix, along with the PLEs. So don't pay for ESPN. Just pay for the Surfshark. Use the link, and you will not be sorry. Also, shout out to the Walmart Creator Program and get some Prime on there. That will support the channel. And other ways to support the channel is just simply liking whenever you see them posted and sharing them for me across all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything helps out so much. Just watching all the way through. Even if you just leave this stream on and as you're driving to work yourself and everything of that nature, it helps so much. So I cannot thank everyone enough who joined, who watches later, who watches tomorrow, who watches the next day. But hopefully going forward, just if you can at least watch for a little bit and then leave a like, leave a comment, and share it. If you can't watch the full way, if you can just share it and comment on it, I would so greatly appreciate that. We are trying to build something true here and do this the right way. So we're getting there, and I know it's going to be a grind. 5 years in, and it's been nothing easy about the past 5 years, but we're doing it because we love it, and we're building something truly special over here at Sleeper Sports Media and at No Dirt Sheets. So for both of those brands. I am Nick Wietosh. This is the Sleeper Sports Media Podcast, episode 190 on a Friday morning. SmackDown preview coming out later today. Thank you for watching, viewing, and subscribing. Share it, leave a comment, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'm Nick Wietosh, and here we go.